How's it going, everybody? I'm Andrew Robson, and you are watching Rakuyo's Deciduous Bonsai channel. On today's episode, I'm going to give you 2 watering tips and tricks that can help get you and your bonsai through the hottest days of summer. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode. All right, so 2 things that I do on the hottest days of the year is I water often and I water the leaves. So let's talk about watering often first. First thing I do on the hot days, days that are going to be, mid to high 90s or 100 degrees plus, is I will walk through and I will water the garden regardless of checking. Normally I'll check every tree and water kind of as needed, but on the hottest days of the year, I don't check. I just water, and because we don't mess around on these hot days. And that's always fared really well for the bonsai here at Rakuyo. I think it's really important on hot days to water everything in the garden really early in the day so that during the hot part of the day, the tree doesn't kind of dry out, get desiccated, and have to wait for water to move through the vascular system to rehydrate it. So I water everything in the garden kind of, first thing in the morning. You don't have to get up at the crack of dawn, but first thing in the morning to get them hydrated, and that really, really helps protect the trees and get them ready for the hot day that's ahead. And then throughout the day, I'm not afraid to water kind of very liberally and freely on these hottest days to just kind of keep the trees hydrated and keep that vascular system working. The second thing that I do on the hottest days of the year is I will Hamizu, which means leaf watering or overhead watering. I will water the foliage, spray the pots, spray the trunks on the hottest days of the year without necessarily watering the pots. And I do this kind of in between waterings or after my last watering at the hottest part of the day because it really, really helps refresh the garden via evaporative cooling. It does a number of things. It adds humidity, so in a dry climate like where I'm at in Portland, Oregon, we're kind of, really dry during our hottest times of the year. So it creates a nice humid environment in the area. And then it also, through evaporative cooling, drastically reduces the temperature of the plants. I did both of these things during the heat wave that we had in 2021. And during that heat wave, the first day was 110, the second day was 114, the third day was 117. And by overhead watering and by watering first thing in the morning and pretty frequently throughout the day, I did not lose one single tree. I did not have one single dead branch. I did not have one scorched leaf. And the same was true at my teacher Michael Hagedorn's garden, where they did the exact same thing. While meanwhile, other people in this area had kind of catastrophic losses on their trees, completely dying, shedding branches that were exposed to the sun. I didn't have any of that, and I used these techniques to help get me through that heat. So if they work for me with my deciduous trees that I have here, if they work in my teacher's garden, he learned this from his teacher, Shinji Suzuki in Japan, who has arguably the best trees and garden over there. If it works for all of these places, it can work for you too. So thanks for tuning in. These are 2 tips to help you get through the hottest days of summer with watering on your bonsai and your collection. I hope these 2 things can help you on those hot days get through the really high temperatures. You've been watching Rakuyo's Deciduous Bonsai channel. I'm Andrew Robson. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.